Wars Empire for 123 hours now. That's insane. That's that. Gonna start a new game. I think it's most sensible to be in the US in this game. Not very creative company name, I know. Maybe I'm like I'm gonna make like some there are loads of these are just top level genres. There are lots of different musical styles in this game. Just gonna show them off here. I'm gonna make a progressive rock band, which the name is in the title of this video already. It's going to be Velvet Wormhole. Electro rock. Maybe I'll take just any style. So then I just start the game. It's too bad there's no whole full screen mode of this game, but what you gonna do? Maybe I should make a smaller window of my face and something nice in the background, but I don't know. Maybe this is fine for the first episode. And in this I have the real life mod, so there's tons of real bands. 1271 to be exact. If I could maybe look for some unsigned band with high ability. I didn't expect David Lynch to be the best free artist in the world. Explosions in the sky. Godspeed You, Black Emperor, Jade Budget, Omar Rodriguez Lopez, Patrick Nisley, Australia, USA. Yes. Corridor Ring and Woodkid. If I wanted to search something of specific genre, I would find it like I'm going to make progressive rock band, so maybe I just find if there are any unsigned of those. This guy, yes. But actually I want to make my own band instead of signing a existing one. So I'm gonna get Ace of Base, of course. Sweden, Europe. Where was it? Talent Scout, isn't that it? Yes, I guess it is. USA, small. I want some rock. It's gonna take 2 weeks. It's fine. Then I just continue. This game goes 1 week at one click, and you can't alter that. You can go like 2 days or 2 weeks at a time. You have to go one week, 1 click. The biggest fault in this game at the moment is these goals. Oh, now I remember, you can set the goals off. I'm gonna do that exactly now. CEOs receive goals from the board of directors. I put it this, and I put it like this, and maybe then they go away 1 week. I don't know. Now the goals are gone. Yes. Stupid, unrealistic goals. To get like #1 hit in the US like in 12 weeks or something like that. Now the stupid goals are gone. Because if I don't make those goals, then my reputation goes down, and that's not good ever. So, still looking for talent now. After 2 weeks, they will find something. There's some information about the artist in the mod. Always going like that. Still scouting for talent. I thought I might have found them by now, but here they are. The singing one is probably the easiest one to find. This is a computer generated stuff because I'm making a new band, but excellent singer, 87%, 85% live, even some sex appeal. Not very high technique or creativity. Not very good songwriting, unfortunately. Well, maybe somebody else will write the songs. How about this guy then? Excellent songwriting, but not so good live. This guy, not very good live performer either. Not very good vocalist anymore. So maybe I just take this and have somebody else to do the songwriting. Yes. This is all. I could have looking for female also and have like double amount of people, but this is fine. Apparently in prog rock there is no bass player, and I don't know if that's the case in reality. I highly doubt that. So, who is the best keyboard player out of you? 92, 76 live. Maybe I just hire you right off the bat. High moral also. This is not good enough. Not good enough. Not good enough. And not good enough. The first guy is the best guy also. I'm gonna take him. How about the guitarist? Those are pretty good, but not in the green yet. Not good enough. This is the best one so far, I think. Not very good live though. Not very good live. Not very good at all. But this guy. If he had better songwriting, it would be excellent. But I guess he's fine. So do we have anyone with decent songwriting? Well, the keyboards guy have 57%, which is passable maybe. How about the drummer? Not good enough live. This is excellent, and this is actually a songwriting drummer. So it is exactly what we want. These 4 guys will form a band called Velvet Wormhole. Make offer. Next. And now I have a band called Velvet Wormhole. It's the band profile. Pretty good live. pretty good ability. I should say very good live and pretty good ability. The Mid-Atlantic band, it seems. That's fine. Should they practice? No, I want to show something else first. I need to make actually the first album first before even practicing. So things get done. It's gonna take long enough to make the album. After you recorded stuff, you can start performing those songs live and maybe doing singles and finally releasing the album. But there's no rush for the release it. You can make like single out of every song if you want and so on. New album. Who's the songwriter? 17, 6, 57, 75. I guess that's good enough. some for some reason it's quite funny that our drummer is the one who makes the songs. I don't know if that's so weird in real life, but I always think the singers and or the guitarist usually makes the songs or something like that. Producers. Can any of you guys produce anything? Probably no. These are all real life producers. So maybe like prog rock or just rock producer is fine. I need to watch when I started this video, so I would accidentally record like an hour, but I guess from 30 minutes to hour it's not too long in the first episode at least. Just looking the genre names basically. Isn't that a Green Day singer? Maybe. Now I remember. Every time I make any rock band, I use this guy because 85% and 10,000 per song. Just compared to this guy is just amazing difference of price. So I basically use this guy all the time. That's fine. Themes. That here is where the game gets interesting because look at how many themes can be in your album. You can pick multiple or just one. 2000s nostalgia. Maybe something with this is prog rock, so this can be some far out stuff, basically. Conspiracy theories. Production mainstream. There's a mainstream there. They're pretty controversial stuff. Maybe a bit more controversial than this band seems to be. And do I have the creativity? That's the only little problem with it. I don't know what that means. Maybe it means how likely is the album to succeed in a way. Something else which prog rock bands might choose as a theme. I don't listen to prog rock, but I have some ideas what that might be, maybe. Maybe some inspirational prog rock. Mainstream controversy, I don't know. I don't know. I have pretty decent vocalist actually. Seems so. And guys are pretty good at. I think the popular here means the popular instrument, so basically how good the guys can play. They are quite skilled band actually, so maybe I need to look for something which requires good vocals. Where are the vocals here? 1570. Unrequited love. Production vocals. It's very mainstream though. I have the creativity. Maybe I just take this unrequited love. I don't even know what unrequited means. I just guessed it means love that didn't happen. And I was willing to Google that, but I guess that's fine. Or like, yeah, something like that. This is only the working title, but what shall be the album name? Unrequited love. Recording studio I usually remember which is the best price quality thing. Best quality with lowest price is probably this one. On the other hand, if you just take this, it's a bit more pricey, but the quality is maximal. And apparently Bon Jovi is there also. Maybe I save my money and take this. Oh, it was this which I meant. 9,000 for 90 or 30,000 for 100. I'll just take this. It's fine. This is how fast you are going to make the album. That's fine. If I take 16, I could theoretically release 2 different albums from this one session, but since these guys are pretty fresh and don't have very honed skills, they haven't practiced, they haven't increased their abilities, so it could be fine to make 16 songs and make 8 songs of 8 best songs to the album, and the rest will be like single B tracks. I usually do that also, or I just never released it. Then that's the other option. $305,000. It's nothing really. Going to start February 5th. When it's going to finish is the real question. April 26th. That's a long time. In the early stage of this game, there's lots of waiting for something to happen. Especially if you have only one artist like I have now, but that's realistic, gotta be realistic. When you start a new record company, there's probably be only one or few new bands. Oh, a popular production group wants to offer Wormhole the next big sound in music. They say they have a record called Making It Right, and it is destined for the #1 spot in return for this guaranteed misspelled Smash, they only want a 20,000 advance and a contract that says this record will be a single. Could you reject that offer? I always reject these because I don't know, they might be just might be good or might be just random bullshit. So it was, if I remember, it is in April when this album will be done. Luckily it will be done in the first episode, so something major stuff happens in this episode too. I'm gonna just decline that development offer. I usually do. I just wanted to show it. You'll learn about a lot of new artists in this one for a few seconds, but that's more than I would have known about that artist ever, probably otherwise. Or this one. I maybe heard that name sometimes. I'm not American, but still. Eminem, Marshall Mathers. I never listened to rap music, but if I ever started, it would have probably been Eminem, I think. I listened to some new metal stuff in maybe like 99 and 2000, maybe like Limp Bizkit and Linkin Park and stuff like that. Luckily, I was more into I was more maybe into metal side of it, and I was a teenager, so yeah, that's enough about that. It's April 26th, so it's a couple of weeks still before the album gets done. Birdie. Okay. It's April 23rd, and it's April 26th. It will be done now. The album, I mean. Let's see. 71%. One clear single and loads of mediocre stuff. And couple of clear rubbish tracks. Should I release the best single right away or later? I usually in these situations only release like only the best stuff. I don't know. Maybe as a first single I released not the best but the second best. Like Press. Maybe I also could include these worst tracks to that, so I don't need to see them on this list anymore, basically. Press, Black Magic and State of Emergency. That's fine. This is basically Press single, and if I try to release an album after this, then I guess these two tracks aren't available for it, because they are single B tracks or something. May the 8th is fine. You can, in earlier versions of this game, you could manufacture singles, physical singles, but I guess in the newer versions it has come to realize that nowadays all singles are on the internet, electronic singles, so there are no longer physical singles. You can choose how much you're willing to put money to promote these singles, like 0, local appearances, average, above average, or heavy marketing. And I got like only like 9 million, so not gonna heavily market my first single, which is not very good either. This is even too much. This is hard to say, is it worth it or not. 150,000 for something which probably will maybe sell for like 1,000 electronic purchases. That's the word. Purchases. It's going to be bought electronically 1,000 times. Or just not promoted at all. 150,000 for one single in the so early in the game, it's just wasting money. So no promotion. So this is just new band that happy to release its first single, and they don't care if it's not even promoted really. Let's see the activities now. Now here's the press single. I can view it like there's now upcoming title of Wormhole. Where the keyboard makes the song and play cards produce them. Yes, I can't manufacture it because it's a single. I could cancel it or make a repress of it or something. Or I could release it in the other country later maybe. But this is fine maybe. Should I do press stuff or something like that? Maybe. Where is it? This press stuff. Activities. Book media. Can I book it before the release? That would be very wise. Like US media. Preferably something rock. Preferably before the release. Can I do it? No, I can't actually. Well, maybe I just release it and make a few gigs, like some small Californian tour. But this is actually Mid-Atlantic band, if I remember correctly. Yes. No clear idea where is Mid-Atlantic US. Maybe it's like East Coast, Central States. But what are those states? Like Virginia or something. Maybe. So maybe I now can make a set list when I have songs ready. It doesn't really matter how many songs you play. I think I usually play like around 9, because every album I make it has 8 songs, so they have more songs live than on record. It's always a good thing, I think. So setlist shall start with my best song, then is the single song, and then I'll tell all the others. I think these songs will be my album. And then I have like one extra song for the live set like this. Voices Press never forgets So your sin, lazy day, pretty lies, my worst enemy, the time has come, fighters. Doesn't sound very love album names, maybe, I don't know. Love is the name of the setlist. That's fine. Then I'm going to have some minor tour. Maybe I start from California for some reason. They have lots of small venues in this game, so it's good place to start. California. This is too expensive production. Still too expensive. Still too expensive. Still too expensive. 100,000. It's maybe a bit still too expensive. Satisfaction 50,000. Imagine your first gig as a band and the production would cost $50,000. That's just ridiculous. California basic. The most unrealistic part of this game is the pricing. In a real world, new small band, my ticket price might be like $10. But in this game, the scale goes up to $400. So if you have like $10 or $20, it's really like they're performing for free in this game. So you start to think, well, maybe I put like 50. No, it's 1,000 people who are in your gig, and you have like $50 per person. It's like 50,000 or 10. Yes, $50,000. So now there would have to be like $1,000, 1,000 people crowds to this be profitable, maybe. But I have played this game so long that I know you can get away with ridiculous prices, like 100 for the first gig. You might think that's too much, but no, this game is very generous. Let's crank it up to incredible $200, and it works. So if there's basically like 100 people now, it's $20,000, isn't it? Then would be 2,000. 100 would be 20,000. So if it's 100 people and this level of production, it's gonna make $20,000, but it's still gonna cost $25,000 production. So I almost want to think of below basic. And 200. I usually name my tours like this so I know what to change for the next tour. California below basic 200. Then I continue. No other bands to the tour. And then very small venues which are pretty cheap. I'm going to need like it was $10,000, so and $200 per crowd member. So it's like if it's 10 people, it's $2,000. So 50 people I should break even. So I could theoretically play in something like this, but in California. 50 people. I might break even. That's kinda insane. If I want to make any profit, I need to play at the Falls launch, which is 100 people. It's just theoretical profit by now, basically. Let's start on Sunday. I could like make a live record or film the concert, but that's insane. So early. Tower 13 on Monday. I have made like two gigs and 1 day off and 2 gigs and 1 day off. That would be pretty generous in real life. I've seen the computer to make tours like 2 gigs, I make like 2 gigs. My version is like 2 gigs, 2 days off, 2 gigs, 2 days off, but the computer makes like 2 gigs, 1 day off, 2 gigs, 1 day off. And in real life, you probably could make a 10 gigs in 10 days, but you get the last gig is going to be a lot worse than the first gig, at least in this game. So maybe I tweak my old formula and make only 1 day off after 2 gigs, not 2. So I make it like this now. I usually make like 10 gigs tours. So more you play gigs, you get more popularity, even if there's not many people there. That's now 5. I'm going to need the bigger venues next from California, ain't I? Like Roxy Theater. These should be like real places. I don't know. Maybe they are. Or this Roxy Theater and the Roxy Theater is not totally realistic, as you can see. But that doesn't really matter. I just exploit the system. Like in real life. 2, 4, 6, 8. This is some bullshit. Ecoplex. 2, 4, 6, 8. 10 gigs in California. I should have some better reputation there. Finalize. Because if you look your band profile, yes, these are the kind of the regions of the game, the bigger regions: US, Canada, Latin America, UK, Europe, Oceania, and Asia. Those things can be broken down in popularity like this. So it's like US West is basically California, I think, and a couple of other states and so on. It's a small flaw, but I, as a European, I don't know exactly which all states are in Mid-Atlantic, which states are exactly in Midwest, and so on. I look them like in Google Maps and think maybe a bit too realistically, like where should those tours go in real life, and kind of role play out of this game that way, but not gonna do that stuff probably now. So here's the first tour, and here's the first single. Well, I'm gonna see how those things go in